Excuse the crazy lighting, it is late at night. Now that you've faced your financial situation, you've gotten motivated, and you've gathered your free resources, the next step is to put together a plan and get that plan into action. If you haven't watched videos 1 through 3 on paying off your debt, the link is above. Go ahead and watch those first, and I'll meet you here. In reading through your resources, you're going to hear about different techniques to pay off your debt. The thing you probably don't really want to do is to just keep paying your monthly minimum, and then if you have extra, just throw it to all of your debt at once, because some of the debts are costing you more money than others. So there are a couple different techniques that are most talked about, I would say, are the Snowball technique and the Avalanche technique. Both the Snowball and the Avalanche technique are a little bit challenging to just explain without looking at paper. The basis of it is the Snowball technique. You start with whatever your lowest debt is, and that's the one you're going to tackle. You take whatever extra money you have after you make your monthly payment, and you throw all of that toward whatever your smallest debt is. Since that's the smallest debt, it'll be the quickest that you pay off. As your debt decreases and you pay off that small debt, you get a little extra burst of motivation because you're checking those boxes, you're seeing that debt actually get paid off quickly, and that motivates you to continue. That money that you would normally have made toward your monthly payment that is now going down, that extra money goes toward whatever that next debt is that you're paying off. It's kind of complicated to explain without numbers, but there are links below. Dave Ramsey is most famous for talking about that Snowball technique. Even though it's technically not going to accelerate your debt payoff to do it that way, some people find motivation in seeing the individual debts get paid off. The Avalanche technique is actually going to help you pay off your debt a lot faster because you put all the extra money toward the larger debt. And slowly everything gets whittled down, you pay less and less and less, and you get more and more momentum, and whenever you get a big chunk of money, you put it toward whatever the largest debt is that you're paying off, the one that you're paying the highest interest on, and you crush your debt like a giant avalanche. I used a combination of the Snowball technique and the Avalanche technique. I felt like I needed a little bit of motivation at first, so I paid off the smaller one first. Whatever you need to do to stay motivated. Staying motivated is extremely important. Reducing spending should also be part of your plan. I learned how to live off of about $20, $25 a week of groceries while I was paying off my debt. And I did the envelope method, which basically means that you take out a certain amount of money and you only pay with cash. You don't use your credit card, you don't use your debit card. You only pay with cash throughout the month. And those blogs that I mentioned, Mr. Money Mustache, those blogs are very great at showing you the bare bones that you can survive off of. Try to think of it as a game to see what things you can figure out ways to do cheaper. Check out movies and CDs from the actual physical library in your city. Go for a walk, get outside, all that stuff is free. Any subscriptions that are not totally necessary, just cancel them. Netflix, Amazon Prime, just cancel them. They're not a necessity right now. It was the right choice to sell off a vehicle that I was still owing money on, and that allowed me to take that money and put a big chunk toward that debt and pay that off. The third part of step 4 of your plan might include other ways to make money. I basically got into doing makeup more consistently as a way to pay off my debt. There's a really great podcast called Side Hustle School. Side Hustle School, hosted by Chris Guillebeau, is a podcast geared toward people that have a full-time or day job and they don't want to quit that day job for whatever reason, for financial security, benefits. They like their day job too, but they also want to do something else on the side. That was the situation with me because I was a flight attendant when I started paying off my debt. I still am. I love it. But this podcast is really great, and it wasn't around when I started paying off my debt, but it's around now. And every day there's a 10-minute show on somebody and what they did creatively to make some money on the side. And sometimes it ends up being their main gig. And a lot of times they try and fail a few times first, but The criteria is that they didn't put a whole lot of time or money investment into getting this side hustle started. So it's a really good thing to listen to. It might be inspiring even if you don't have a main gig to start looking into what people are doing to make money on the side without having to have a whole bunch of money or time ahead of time to put into it. Let's say you do have a day job and that you get certain perks from it. For example, with my flight attendant job, we are allowed 1 meal per day of flying. Well, airplane food isn't necessarily my favorite kind of food, but I took advantage of that 1 meal a day and I ate something on the airplane. That was 1 meal that I didn't have to pay for. Most people, you can build wealth slowly and you also get rid of debt slowly. You might want to try to sell some things that you own that you no longer use. You might want to commit to not buying any clothes or anything that is not completely necessary. The last step for paying off your debt is to keep on your plan. Keep staying motivated, keep telling people about what's going on, keep reaching out, and keep following your budget, looking for ways to make money, keep following your free resources and anything new that comes out. Just keep on it and make it a priority if you can. It's such a good feeling when you start paying off your debt and you start seeing things go down. Oh, and then when you get your bank statement saying that a loan is paid off, put it on your wall. Have your little hall of fame of all of your debt that you've paid off and share that with people. The people that care about you really want to see you succeed. I am so grateful for the people that have helped me out on the way for advice and sharing their stories. Share with me what your experience is. You got this. You can be free of your debt. Oh my God, it feels so good. It feels so good to be working toward an actual goal that you know when you actually hit it. You know, it's like so many of us, we have goals on like, I want to be happier, or I want to be a good person, or I want to be healthier, or I want to, exercise more. And some of those things are hard to measure, but when you have a goal such as paying off your debt, that is something that is measurable. When you pay off one debt, you pay off another debt, it's like those are all things that you can celebrate. You can celebrate with your friends and loved ones. They will support you. They will look up to you. They will be so proud of you. And you're gonna feel really proud for yourself. Thank you so much for watching all of my videos that I put together. I hope it's helpful. Stay tuned for more makeup stuff coming up. I've got some good ones. All right, bye. Happy debt destroying. You can do it. Do it. Yes. Really quick reminders. Step 1, face reality. Step 2, tell people and get motivated. Step 3, gather your free resources and set up a plan. Step 4, put that plan into effect, reduce your spending, make some money on the side, and follow your game plan. Step number 5 is keep following it, stay motivated, stay on track.